What's up, Falcons fans? Falcon Plenty here. I'm Colin.
And I'm Cole. Seth has a day off, so I will be filling in for him. I want to start the day off by talking about the Saints' pass defense. All right, y'all know that Matt Ryan had his career, high game.
Yeah, 400-something yards.
Yeah,
I mean,
great game against them. We need to do that again in order for us to win.
We do.
And we have to get our run games to start going against their
they're going to have Darren Sproles back. Tell me a little bit about Darren.
Darren Sproles, man, he can run up the middle. He can run to the outside. He's a great running back at receiving the ball. We all know that.
They use him a lot in the screen games.
And then you've got to realize that they have Chris Ivory and a Pierre Thomas back there. Now, Chris Ivory, he's a whole nother level now.
Yeah.
He runs hard, Dude can run. He can break tackles. And then you got Pierre Thomas, who you don't need to give him a hole.
Yeah.
You just don't.
And then you got Mark Ingram to get you short yardage. I mean, they have, 4 running backs that all could start on a team.
They all have that, and then they have the 2 tight ends.
Jimmy Graham.
Man.
I mean, he's
great.
So we need to really, key in on him. Sean Weatherspoon didn't play against them. We're going to need him. Big time.
And we're going to need a lot of help from the safety, like William Moore, to cover Jimmy Graham, because that's primarily what the safeties do, is they'll go to the tight end or go to a slot receiver or something like that.
I really see Sean Weatherspoon. He had a pretty good game against Tampa Bay. Looked like his ankle is 100% by now. I think he's going to shut down Jimmy Graham. He really needs to.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was pretty disappointed last night when I saw Lance Moore go out with a possible concussion, but ended up not being one. I was pretty pissed because I can't stand Lance Moore. Every time he gets 5 yards, he's going to start doing a little walk like he's all that.
He's just a big brag, All he does is brag whenever he gets the ball.
That's what Saints fans and Saints players are all about. You have Schrader, Curtis, who leaves the Falcons and goes to the Saints, is what I want to know.
Curtis Lofton, man. It just sickens me to see him like that.
He does. But, I really like to see how the run game did pretty good against Tampa.
And that's another thing. We have to start using Jacquizz Rodgers more.
We do. And we did that against Tampa.
Yeah, Turner's time is done. I mean, let's face it, he had a few good years with us, but it's Jacquizz's time. Give him more carries. Snell in a few carries, we can hold on to the ball like, what happened. But just keep on giving him the ball. They'll do good things.
Yeah, and Julio, big game. I called it. It seems like one game it'll be Roddy with 100 yards and a touchdown. The next will be Julio with 120 yards.
But this week, I think it's going to be, a little bit of Gonzalez getting close to the 100. Julio going over 100. Roddy going over 100. And if that all happens and comes together, and our run game can get over 100 each, or just Turner getting loose and, breaking tackles.
Yeah.
We should win the game.
I really think this is the game that we could really shut up the haters. If we go into the Georgia Dome Thursday night, a lot of hype going this game. The game's sold out. Can't find a ticket anywhere. And put up 40-plus points on the board.
We have to beat the Saints because, they're 5-6. We're 10-1. If we beat them and Tampa loses, we win the division.
We do. Not a lot of people know that. It's already that done. We're going to win the division. Might as well clinch it now and focus on getting a first-round bye and home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
And another thing, 5 straight seasons with Mike Smith, all won seasons. Three of the past years, double-digit win seasons.
Only thing I'd like to see him get that playoff win. He's most wins in franchise history, 52 maybe, 51 now. Fantastic. It's hard to believe that only 50 wins is already a record for the Falcons, but, it's right now, and that's all that matters is the future.
We've got weapons on offense.
Oh, yeah, we got the weapons. It's just getting everybody clicking on the right cylinder.
Defense, I want to see a lot more from Asante and Dante, more press coverage. They back up to the ball too much, and then they give them a lot of room.
I saw the past 2 games. I'll call it. I'll see Asante 10 yards off the guy. I'll see Josh Freeman look over, boom, all right, run a slant and get 8 yards. And they did that. And, I saw Dante go out with a concussion, possible. I don't know if I haven't heard anything.
Hope he's better.
We're going to need him because even though I don't like him that much, he's had a good couple of games. Dropped an interception, but I'd rather him be out there than Chris Owens. Because Chris Owens is garbage.
And I like Robert McClain too.
Robert McClain, he's really coming into his own.
Yeah.
He had that great 3rd down stop when we really needed it, and they closed that Tampa Bay game out.
Another thing, and I know you've noticed this year, is we've got to start pressuring the quarterback more.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Abraham cannot do it all on his own.
No.
Seen Corey Bierman Sunday. Had a good game. He had a sack, a couple tackles behind the line of scrimmage, but we've got to get all our guys going. Jonathan Babineau, get in there. Abraham, all at the same time now.
Yeah, it seems like Abraham, is getting later in the year. He's wearing down a little bit, so he's not going to be getting to the quarterback as much.
He can't do it all.
So that's why we really need, Babineau, Croy Bierman, and maybe one of the rookie defensive ends, Cliff Matthews, to come in and contribute. And then we see Corey Peters go out. We just got him back, and he goes out with another injury. That defensive line right now, it's got some good names on it, on paper, but they're just not getting the job done right now. And if we give everybody, quarterbacks, all the time in the world to throw the ball, they're going to find an open receiver eventually.
The thing is, you pressure all four of you guys. Get all four of them to pressure the quarterback. It don't necessarily have to be them sacking the quarterback, just in their face where they're pressured to throw. And then you have to get that press coverage that we were talking about from Dante and Asante. If we do that,
I don't see why the Falcons would lose this game.
Me neither.
Back to that, I don't see why. I just forgot what you were talking about. What were you saying?
Talking about the pressure to the quarterback?
Yeah, pressure to the quarterback. Sorry, guys. But it's just, John Abraham can't do it all, like you said. And the linebackers, I would like to see Mike Nolan change it up a little bit.
Yeah, like you seen that one game at the beginning of the year. I'm not sure. Yeah, the Broncos. You see. Stop the.
No, keep going.
All right. Sorry about that. Anyways.
Okay, what I was going to say was the 49ers game against the Saints. They only sacked Drew Brees 3 or 4 times. But you look at the stat sheet, they hit him a good 11, 12 times. And that's really all we need to do. We need to get to him. We need to get him rattled. We need to make him throw the ball before he wants to. Because most of the routes, if we give him all day, the coverage will only hold for so long.
Yeah.
So if we just, make him throw the ball earlier than he'd want, that's when he causes turnovers. And that's why we're not getting any right now.
Back to the Denver game, what I saw from Mike Nolan, that was the first time I've seen, the defense start switching it up. You see Croy Bierman come from the side. He moves in to the middle of the defensive line. Then you see all of them spreading out.
Yeah.
You could have a William Moore coming in and blitzing. You don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's just the defense has got to start doing that.
We executed a really good corner blitz with Dante the last game. He got to Josh Freeman right away. But again, I don't see. It worked so good against the Broncos. Why are we doing it more?
And our run defense that last game.
Fantastic.
Man, the muscle hamster. Yeah, like 17 carries for 50
Doug
yards.
Martin, who?
Yeah, Doug who?
Skip Bayless, raving all over him. We shut him down. I had several comments on our last video, 2 videos ago, about how Doug Martin is going to run for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Our run defense is 26th in the league. That's not good. And he's going to run all over us.
But we did have Spoon back Sunday.
We did. That was my key. We needed Spoon back.
Doug Martin going down to the goal line, running them 2 1-yard touchdowns. But at the same time, you got to look at our coverage defense.
Yeah.
Josh Freeman did not throw 1 touchdown.
He didn't. We shut him down.
You have to shut down a Vincent Jackson because he can be very dangerous.
He can. But, this is going to be a great game. It's a rivalry game. We need to win this game. We basically clinch the division if we win this game. No matter what Tampa does, we'll clinch it eventually. But I hope everybody's watching. Thursday night, 8:20 game. It's going to be popping. We're going to be me, Seth, and Cole are going to be watching the game. We're going to put the recap out maybe Friday afternoon. So tune into that, Falcons fans. Remember, go Falcons.